Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. And I would like to, I'm thrilled to introduce our first speaker, our protagonist today, as head coach assistant for Valencia Basket, Javier Villaplana, the club who that's quite recently, back to 2017, won Spanish championship title, four titles in Euro Cup. Yeah, and today's topic, the topic of today's conversation will be um, individual scouting of the opponent, video and analytics for players. Yeah, um, so also please let me introduce myself. I'm Nikita Tarasov, Global Director of Basketball for InStat. And I will pass my word to Javier, who's also my close friend. So Javi, thank you first of all to joining us, and um, uh, thank you for the opportunity to share your experience, your knowledge, yeah, your professional knowledge, to with the big audience, yeah, and I'm pretty much sure that everybody will appreciate it, especially Insta.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I want to appreciate Insta to count on me for this opportunity.
The
I,
pleasure is all ours.
okay, I hope all of you are safe, are healthy in this weird situation or a scenario that we have to grow up like
Yeah.
professionals, and I think this is a really great opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So to start the talk, the topic is how we use Instat for have a deeper knowledge of the players when we have to afford the scouting of the opponents for the next game, specifically the individual scouting,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I'm gonna start to sharing my screen and let's talk about how we use the Instat. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
One thing before start that I think is really important is that all the staff of Valencia Basket uses Instat, not only the assistant coaches, also the head coach. So everybody in the staff of Valencia Basket
Mm-hmm.
knows how to work with Instat, and it's a really easy situation to work together because we can download video summaries, the export to Excel the box score, all the
Mm-hmm.
additional data. So it's very easy for us. So
That's
let's
impressive. That's impressive. Um, Thanks for your for the uh, thanks for your usage, yeah, of Instat. So this is a really honor for us, yeah. As I know, Instat works for with Valencia Basket for 3 years, yeah, and this kind of collaboration is really important for us because Valencia, as far as I know, provided us with a lot of detailed information how we can improve our product. Yeah, so what kind of data can be useful for players, for coaches, for the front office. Yeah, and this kind of close collaboration with coaches, with the sports director, yeah, of Valencia Basket, was and is really useful and important for us. So thank you for that.
yeah, and also not only this, Nikita, I think it's really important for all the coaches that are watching our webinar
Hmm.
and like coaches or like staff. One thing that is really useful and we have to appreciate Instat for that is the support, the technical support. Doesn't matter the day or the hour, all of you are always there for helping us if something's happened, if we need one game or one specific stuff, you are always there. So this is really important for us because our leagues doesn't wait, so we have
Hmm.
to work more than 12 hours, or even when in the night we have to work when we come back from a game. So
Yeah.
always having Instat in our side is really easy to do our job like assistant coaches.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Like, I agree. So this is our
Our example, yeah.
approach. Yeah, our approach, personal approach to each and every one client, and I think this is one of the best, things about us. Okay.
Okay, let's start.
Yeah.
I think Kinky is a really great example because we can talk about a lot about one specific guy from Kinky who is Alexis Bed that we will talk
Yeah.
later. So when we start our workflow, we usually download the maybe the previous three games or at least the previous two games and one or two that we think that is interesting for us
Mm-hmm.
about our defensive rules, or maybe because we watch that the maybe Zalgiris do something interesting against Kinky, so we
Mm-hmm.
will work this game. So the first thing that we usually do is adjust the filter, trying to work only with EuroLeague. And if we need more information, we go to the BTB, but usually we start with EuroLeague. So I choose
So you select the determined date, yeah, and
exactly.
then you select the tournament from the list of competitions available in the database, yeah. So and then you select all the games played by
EuroLeague.
Himki in the
Exactly.
EuroLeague, yeah.
Exactly.
So okay,
But this is you can customize like you want. Maybe I
yeah,
can
yeah,
choose, better. I can choose one from BTB, another from
yeah.
clubs friendly, another from EuroLeague.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe here in matches
Yeah.
we can see how they play during the last month,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 1 month
As a
ago,
team, yeah,
2 months. We can see the streaks if they are winning, they are losing. We
yeah.
can see something strange. Maybe we can
But
watch
this is basically the list of all EuroLeague games, yeah,
exactly,
played by Himki, and the system just shows it from the most recent to the least recent. Yeah, so the last game they played in the EuroLeague was against Fenerbahce. Yeah.
exactly.
Um,
The first one against Maccabi.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So usually we work with the previous three games, or like I said, maybe for sure Fenerbahce because they
mm-hmm,
have some similar rules. Maybe we use our game in the first round, and
mm-hmm,
maybe I don't know Alba. So we go here, we go to the full game, and we download. No, but this is the our regular workflow. If we
mm-hmm,
want to go deeper in a breakdown of the players,
mm-hmm.
like in this example, we used to go in this case to Alexis Bell,
Yeah,
and we
to the
do the same
profile of a player. Yeah.
exactly the profile of Spell, and we do the same. We have to adjust the filter to
Mm-hmm,
work
mm-hmm,
with only the EuroLeague um, the EuroLeague games, and I like a lot have the both the both windows to compare the team and compare the player. So it's really useful to have the player in another window. So I do the same. So I do the same. I choose EuroLeague, select all 26 games that Svet plays.
mm-hmm,
So from here we start. We can see as the same like teams. We can see how he played in the last three games, in the last 10, in everything. And from here, sorry, I don't know. We start with the most basic thing is the box score.
yeah, yeah.
So we have the instant index here with the green ones are the winning of Kinky, the reds are the losses. We
Mm-hmm,
can see how many minutes he played.
mm-hmm,
It's a lot. So maybe we have the first information. how many minutes, the role of on his team.
Yeah, the guy averaged 30 minutes a game. Like
Exactly.
there are a lot of EuroLeague players, yeah, who can say who can play the same amount of time, yeah.
Exactly. So maybe this is the first information: how much he played, how much he scored.
Mm-hmm.
He scores a lot, and we can see the percentages. We can see the turnovers, the steals, the assists, everything. No, but
Mm-hmm.
okay, here we can say something about Svet. When we have to talk with our players, we have to try to break down the opponent and not only say what he do well or what he can do.
Mm-hmm.
We have to go deeper. We have to talk about tendencies. We have to talk about
His
percentages of possessions.
patterns. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So okay, the box score is fine, but we have to go even deeper. So
Yeah.
for example, in my point of view, I like to select the points, the minutes, the numbers of players possession,
Mm-hmm.
the offensive rating,
Yeah, his points per possession. Yeah, how many points he
exactly,
scores per possession. Yeah.
number of players possessions, the offensive rating, the defensive rating, the net rating, and also
Mm-hmm.
the plus minus because I think it's really useful.
Yeah.
And also, I used to select the
His effective field goal percentage. Yeah.
exactly because I can compare the points per possession and the points per shot. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really important. For example, I don't need in Svet the draw for rate because
Yeah.
he used to draw a lot, but it's
Yeah.
really important also, and assist. And if he's more a defensive player, that Svet is not,
But
also we have the
yeah.
steals and turnover. And from here we start, no? And we can talk about, okay, in this game, for example, 23 points,
Mm-hmm. X
61
number of
possessions.
possessions. Yeah.
Yeah, the offensive rating, the defensive rating, the net rating, the plus minus, and from here we can have a deeper knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
No, so I used to export this to Excel and try to do some stuff from the Excel,
Mm-hmm.
but keeping in the InStat, I go usually to the shooting chart, and I think
Mm-hmm.
is really useful. Here, as you can see, we can work with the percentages or also with the totals of both. And I
Mm-hmm.
like to use the zones.
Yeah.
Maybe we can use without the zones or basic, you
Mm-hmm.
know, like you want. But I like a lot the advanced vision, and we can
Mm-hmm.
see here his shooting chart and also his opponent field goals. Try to
Yeah.
find is something significant to say, no? But
Yeah.
I used to pay more attention to his shooting chart. And from here, we have a really great thing that is the field goal play types. So if I don't know him really
Mm-hmm.
well, first I will go here in
Yeah.
the right side. I go to the play types and I try to understand how he plays. If
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know the players, I think this is the most powerful tool and the first thing that I have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Try to compare in the percentage of the player stats in this play type,
Mm-hmm.
how many possessions have that. So okay, the 45.2, it's a lot. Okay, maybe his strengthness is the pick and roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but how many possessions are that? If we
Yeah.
have to talk a lot about how we prepare our pick and roll defense, is because we know that at least 8.4 possessions it will be played by
Mm-hmm.
Alexis Bet. How many points it takes, the points per possession. So maybe here is not so good.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, the volume is quite enough, but the efficiency is not good. So we
Yeah.
have first the first um, significant data. No, we have
Yeah.
a lot of frequency, a lot of tendency to say to our players, okay, be ready with this bet because he will play a lot of pick and roll. but if we do a great job, maybe he will not score so much. No, we have an
Yeah.
indicator, an index of points per possession.
Yeah.
So
So as we can see, yeah, um, from percentage point of view,
yeah,
half of Shved's possessions is created on pick and roll ball handler. Yeah. So 45% of his possessions of all possessions he creates the game, yeah, is pick and roll ball handler. So basically, yeah. So this is a great. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is a great, recommendation for you that how when you prepare your individual scouting against Shred, half
absolutely.
of the time, yeah, half of the time you have to invest in investigating, yeah, how he plays pick and roll, yeah, from what spot like he's the most efficient, let's say less efficient, what are his weaknesses, yeah, how to defend him, and then to answer such questions, then as I understood from your conversation, yeah, so to answer such questions, yeah, you use a shooting chart, yeah,
Exactly.
and see percentages.
Exactly. Before before this tool, we used to use a lot the shooting chat, but when this tool appears, I think it
Mm-hmm.
changed everything. It's a game changer because it's really easy to understand how he plays, like you say. So I'm
Yeah.
absolutely agreed, and it's a really important information that we have to translate to the player. So be ready to defense pick and roll because it's the half of his game.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but okay, this is the percentage, but also we have to pay attention to the efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the most important things about the efficiency are the catch and shots,
Yeah.
the handoff actions, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe also transitions,
Yeah.
right? So okay, maybe all the information that we um, share with the players are about the pick and roll. Maybe the main information to the game plan, it's about how we defense the pick and roll with Svet, but also we have to say something about the spot up situations and
Mm-hmm.
the handoff actions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have the same on defense. We can see he receives a lot of points in the screen off, so maybe it's a really good advice to how we can attack him or
Mm-hmm.
which situations we can take more advantage, also in transitions and putbacks, no, attacking the offensive rebound.
Yeah. Yeah.
So from here we can start. Okay, like I said, if I don't know Svet, I think this is the first point, no, the
Yeah.
first place that I will go to understand how a players play. But
Mm-hmm.
like now we know Svet, so we're coming back here to the field goals. So I will know if there's some balance between the 2 points, the sets from 2 points or the 3 points. So
Mm-hmm.
here I can see how many sets he takes,
Mm-hmm.
and I can see how many sets he takes. So that's another, okay, it's really basic, but I think it's important to understand how we can defense the closeout against him. He
Mm-hmm.
prefers to shot threes. He prefers to play from the 3 point line. So, okay, we have to be aware of him when he's in the perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
And from here we can say, okay, now we will see when he's a pick and roll ball handler, how many shots he takes, no?
Mm-hmm.
We can see in which zone he is more efficiency. For example, here is under 1 point per possession, also here, but in the left wing and in the left corner, he's 3 points per possession, and here is over 1 point per possession. So I
Mm-hmm.
think this is important, no? And we start seeing that maybe the left way have something significant to say to us, right? So we talk a lot about now the 2 point shots, and we can see the volume. So it's really balanced, no?
Mm-hmm.
We know that he can finish a lot to the rim. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we have another info to the players. Beware of the 3-point line, but also if he goes all the way, he can finish well. You know, the percentage, I only check 1 point per possession, so it's quite good enough. Now, when you start to watch Kinky, you can see that he used to like a lot of pick and roll, but also ISO situations. So this is another thing that we have to pay attention. How he shots in the ISO situations, and we see that, okay, now again, right side, the efficiency is not good. The efficiency is not good. Here is really good, really good. It's really good, and the pull-ups right now in the modern basketball are under the point per possession, no? So we know that maybe in the ISO situations, he will try to go all the way, or beware of him in the left side. Like the play type says, we have to go to the handoffs and try to understand how he play handoffs. And here we know that he play more times in the right side, less in the left, but with more efficiency. Also, the catch and shots that we say that is really, really important from there. And when we talk about the spot up situation, I like to see if there's some difference between contested and uncontested. Okay, because it's not the same when we talk about a shooter, and Sved is a shooter.
Yes.
How good is him when somebody is guarding him or when he's only open? No, so I think a really useful tool is try to compare when a shot is contested or is uncontested. So from here we are seeing the contested shots. So there's not too much, but really good here in the right. And we will see the uncontested. It's also good. It's also good. And not only watch how he shot uncontested, also in the last minutes of the game, right? I think is really useful. Try to understand how he shots in the last 3 games when he's contested, or maybe when he's uncontested. For example, here, no, even we can go to the last 5 minutes of the game to see more, or even here if there's some overtime. I think it's really useful, and we try to get some info here more about or thoughts that we are, we are getting from the shooting chart. If we want something more, we can go to the pick and roll actions, and from here we can see with shooting and without shooting. So here are all the pick and rolls that he plays in 28 games. So that's a lot.
All the screens, all the screens
Exactly.
which were set, that were set for him, in this 26 games he played in the EuroLeague, So if I understood correctly, in the field goal, the so we speak only about those sections he finished with a shot, but when we use the option pick and rolls, we speak about his patterns specifically in this play type, and especially where the screen was set, and after it where he went, so if he has a pattern, to go to the left or to the right, how efficient is he playing, like on the wing, and this kind of stuff. Like, for example, maybe we can discover, like statistically, that if he plays high pick and roll, most probably he will shoot. But if he plays pick and roll on the wing, so maybe perhaps he has a parent to share the ball more, most frequently than take a shot, So okay.
Yeah. For example, for us, a really interesting thing that happens with Sved is if you realizes there's in some spacings even more pick and rolls to the left than to the right, and it's weird because he's righty. So usually when a player is righty, he prefers to go right. But what happens here? He wants to go left a lot of the time. So we start to discuss, for example, the direction that is really useful. So we can see how many go right. Okay, 476. How many goes left? 477. It's also the same, no? So this is really important. We have to say to the players, hey, he have the both hands to play pick and roll. He's not only good going to one side, he can go both sides. So be ready, be ready. So maybe this information connects with the, if you remember in the, when we talk about the shooting chart, there's some info about the left side, right? You remember?
Yeah, I remember it.
So our
Yeah,
thought,
that he's more efficient on the left, yeah, than on the
exactly.
right. But he prefers to make more shots on the right, yeah. So
Yeah, he prefers, or what I saw now, or what I watching now, is he wants to go left more than right, or maybe at least at the same tendency, right? So it's not usually to find this in EuroLeague. Usually the good players go aggressively to the right, and to the left he, like you says, he prefers to pass, or he prefers to shot. Here with Svet, something happens, no? So this is the first approach in our breakdown to understand his game. So from here we can say, okay, now like a player role, like handler, and how many of these finish in a 2-point sets, right? Now 3-point sets, points, 3 points, okay? And also, no, if we select everything, we can see how he plays, like if the finisher is the handler, if he finishes the screen, okay, we are talking about how the action finish, but if he finishes the pick and roll, how many shots he takes, like 2 points or like 3 points. And also we can find a partner. For example, we thought that it's really important the pick and roll with Devin Booker, for example, like roller. We can see all the actions, like pick and pop, and maybe not with Svet, but with other players on the league, we can find some associations between the players. Like, okay, from, for example, 25 actions, how many finish? Sorry, how many finish in 3 points? 5. So the 33% of these actions finish with a 3-pointer, right?
three-point made shot, yeah, you mean?
Because it's a pick and pop. So
Yeah.
okay, in 15 actions, 1 out of 3 pick and rolls between Devin Booker and Svet, maybe it will finish in a pick and pop. So that's important for us also, no? So when we have some thoughts or some feelings about a player that we find in the pick and roll and in the shooting chart and the play types, we usually go to the video summaries, or we can also see here, as you prefer. If you have clearly one option here, we can, for example, okay, like finish handler, we want to see how he plays the with shooting going left, no? We have 50 clips, so we can see here, or if you want to video summaries, but we like to, especially just to see or just to watch, just click here and try to understand how he plays. If we want to work with these clips, we usually go to video summaries and try to adjust, because maybe we can work better with video summaries. But from here we can see how he plays, how he finished. If I like this clip, I can download. So it's really easy to work with that, and it really helps if the video that we show to the players are connected with the info that we share with the players, I think is the key. No,
Mm-hmm.
all the report that we share with the players have to be on the same page, like the game plan or like the individual scouting that we have on the report. So from here we try to pick the best clips to show his tendency or what we want to do. Like I said, here we have all the EuroLeague games. So if we remember something that we did in our first game, so maybe we can go here and just click and watch it. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe this will be more um, useful for our players because it's our rules that maybe uses other team, right? So for us, the key is okay. First is what the number says,
Mm-hmm.
and then understand what the number says. And when we have some thoughts or some feeling or some tendencies, go to the video and try to understand. And as you know, if at the end we don't talk a lot about how he plays the pick and roll and which tendency he have, how we can help the players to do a better defense on him. If we don't talk about the closeouts, if we don't talk about the handoff defense, okay, maybe we are allowing him to play comfortable, to play, like he knows. And of course, the key is not uh, make that the scores 0 points or 1 point or maximum 5 points. That's impossible because the talent is unguardable. But what we can do, like assistant coaches or like a team, try to make that this point per possession will be lower. Okay, if we with our rules with our work, we can say that, or we can plan that with that rule this will be 0.7. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's really really good if with our closeout defense or with our closeout rules we force him to shut under the 1 point per possession. We are
Mm-hmm.
winning. Okay, the
Yeah.
key is try to
To reduce his
steal,
efficiency,
yeah,
yeah, to reduce
to
his
reduce or
efficiency on
steal.
any certain play type. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. The key is try to force him to play uncomfortable and reduce some points per possession. This
Mm-hmm.
is this is the key for us, and for sure, all of this is just a tool that helps us our job to do it better, not to spend so many time. So this is why we think Instat is useful because in 20 minutes or even less, we can do the analysis or the breakdown of a player really deeper and with a lot of quality.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you have something else to ask me or some other
Yeah,
example.
Javi. And by the
Yeah,
way, so when you, for example, do the individual scouting of a player, yeah, so you try to understand his profile, yeah, like if he likes to spend a lot of time with the ball, like what kind of play type is most frequent for him,
yeah,
like what spots most efficient, yeah, direction, numbers, statistics, etc. Yeah, and then watching video. But for example, when you already done with the analysis, with the statistical analysis, with the video analysis, and you have to decide who will be guarding him. Yeah, you have to decide who will be guarding him in this on that or in this or that game from your team. Yeah, what player from your team will be guarding him? Do you use comparing tool? Yeah, which is next to matches um, and play types. Yeah, so for example, so you say, okay, Sam Van Rossum or Matt Lloyd will be guarding Shved. I think like this will be a good matchup in defense. Yeah. So do you use comparing tool? Yeah. To um, to you know
to
understand
choose
if you
better the matchup,
if
right?
you're right. Yeah, if you're right or not. Like, I mean, um yeah, if he will be really efficient, yeah, if my thoughts, yeah, coincidence with the numbers, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the key for us. This is the key to use instead. We have our thoughts, but now the reality is the reality. So we can thought that okay, Sam is gonna defense really well, but you can go here, and I think in video summaries, uh, you can see how he plays position attack. No, if we go to just a um, basic situation, and we can choose no Sam and Rosso. There's some clip. We have 9, no? So we can go here, check it, and see if our thoughts are connecting with the reality,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't know if this is what you are talking about, but we used to do a lot, especially when we play against them in the second game. We used to do that. How he how we defense him with that player, or in the minutes that we play with the other one. So so
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you, Javi, for the answer.
yeah,
Yeah, good. So also,
yeah,
we have some questions here from our visitors of the webinar. Um, Thanks for joining us. Uh, um, I'm sorry. I'm trying to. Yeah, Chris Blakely from University of North Texas, um, Director of Scouting and Analytics, is asking us what is the difference between. First of all, he appreciates you, Javi, for sharing your knowledge. Yeah, how you use for individual scouting. Yeah, instead. And he asks, what is the difference? What are the biggest difference between using InStat and Synergy?
well, and I don't use synergy a lot because when I was with the first team, we start to work with InStat. So the the, the software that I know better, or with the software that I usually work, is only Instat. So I cannot answer it 100% right, because I don't know really well synergy, because I don't work with synergy.
Mhm.
Uh, when I started with the first team, we have the opportunity to work with Instat, and I think it's really useful, especially because in synergy, when in that time, I was talking about that time, not
Yeah,
right now.
3 years ago. 3 years
Yeah,
ago, you mean?
3 years ago, in synergy, you don't you can select just the last 50 clips. You cannot select the clips from the game. From here, like I said, we want to see how he plays against I don't know, against Algiris. We can go here and download only his offensive actions.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this is more significant to us that select the last 200 actions from Synergy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Synergy maybe have some statistic information, but at the end, it's just numbers. Okay, the numbers are really important, but for us, the most important thing is the details on the video, and this is the strength of Instat. So you can choose the game, you can choose the minute, you can choose the opponent, you can customize really well what you are looking for. So for me, this is the best thing of Instat, that you can look for whatever you want. No, you are not um,
Yeah.
uh, exactly.
Um,
You are not only in the limits of the software.
yeah.
You can go
Thank you,
even.
Javi. Yeah. So we have a next question from Stefano Dea.
Yeah.
He asks, what do many things you say to the team about a player? Strengths or weaknesses? You go with less is more, or you try to say to your players all the actions where that player excels or does bad?
Okay, I think it's a really good question, and but we have to understand one thing. Like assistant coaches, we have to see the whole picture. We have to understand the whole picture. Okay, but at the end, for the player, you only have to say one color, maybe two. That is our defensive rules. Okay, I don't know if this metaphor is understanding. We know a lot about the opponents. We know a lot about numbers, but the players only have to know how he defends, or how is the rule. What is the rule? No,
Mm-hmm.
it's not, for us. It's not too much important to the player says, okay, he have that points per possession in the pick and roll, this index in the offensive rating. No, 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 no. We only says the tendencies and the strengths and how we can attack him. Okay, this
Yeah.
is the 3 points. But the most important thing is what I have to do in defense with him, and like assistant coaches, how I can help you to do it better.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Javi, for the great answer, detailed answer. Yeah, and sharing with us some secrets, some intros. Yeah, from working of Valencia Basket with their players from the first team. Yeah. So next question is from Ahmed Mbombo. He asks, did you use Halo Sports Code combined with InStat? So as far as I understand, Halo Sports Code is a tool for video editing. Yeah. So especially working offline. Yeah. So yeah, Javi, do you have something similar to it, or this tool?
Yeah,
And
we
do
know.
you combine it with Instat?
No, we don't use Huddle or sports code. We know it, that, for example, other teams in ECB are using it, but we work with Naxport, that is a software.
Spanish company. Yeah.
Yeah, Spanish company. They are great guys. They are working always hard with all the coaches, trying to customize as much as they can his work to us. And also we work with them, and one great tool that you have is you can export the play-by-play in Instat.
Mm-hmm.
uh, Correct me
Can
if
you
I'm
can
wrong.
you can you show how it's
Yeah,
how did?
for example, if I want to that match, for example,
Mm-hmm.
you can use the play-by-play
Mm-hmm.
here. For example, imagine that you don't um,
Box score. Yeah.
yeah, box score. Imagine that you don't cut the game, or you don't break down the game, so because you don't have too much time, you can go here, and is the
Yeah. XML, I think. Yeah.
yeah,
XML.
XML, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you can choose all the actions.
Mm-hmm.
You can group by players, by team, by offensive, defensive action. This is more like you, as your uh, you have to find your way here. We don't work like that because we have a customized workflow, but
Mm-hmm.
someday we need it, we know that we can do it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you
So.
export, and you can work with Naxport with the play-by-play. Here, the XML. You can export to Naxport and work with the play-by-play, and it's
Mm-hmm.
really useful. If you take some time to understand how it works, it's really useful.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, like our staff works with some customized Excel that we have, and you know some
Yeah. Yeah.
secrets
Yeah.
that
I,
I cannot share.
yeah. 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 Let's don't do it. Don't do it. Then the sports director of the team will punish
Yeah,
us. Yeah. For that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I understand. I understand.
I don't know
Uh,
if I answer the
yeah. Yeah. You completely. I think you did great. You did it great. So
yeah,
you said that it's possible. Yeah, to combine Instat's
thank you.
data with any video editing tool like Huddle Sports Code or whatever or Naxport. Yeah, so you can download an XML. Yeah, so you can group by actions, by players. Yeah, home away team, or you just you can select possessions. Yeah, and to watch all the possessions of home team or away team. Yeah, so the only thing you have to do is to download the full game from InStat. Yeah, download the XML, import it to Sports Code or Naxport, and then all the tags, yeah, all the tags of all actions will be demonstrated on the timeline. Yeah, and of course connected to the video. So yeah,
Yeah.
thank you Javi. Yeah, the next question is from Edgar Path. um, he says, thank you for sharing, Javi and Nikita. A question for Javier: do you have a different reports from offense and defense, or a global one?
We have a global one because we play a lot of games, so we have to pick really well the info that we share to the players. So we don't have long reports about how he offense, how he defense. We choose really well the information that we share to the players. So we try to combine how he play in offense, the tendencies, like I said, and also if he have some strengths or weakness in the defense, we also share with the players. But we don't have like a strict paper about offense and another about defense. We try to mix and do a short description.
Yeah, yeah.
We play a lot of games, so we cannot disturb the players with too much info.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So with the player, you have to be like really, really
Like
quick,
coaches, we know
clear.
a
Yeah,
lot. We have a lot of info. You already see how we work, all the things that we take care about, how he plays the pick and roll, which way, which hand, if there's some balance between 2 points, 3 points. But at the end, to the player, we only said what he have to do, and this is the most important thing: help the player, not disturb the player. You
yeah,
know.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, and especially like you said, when you have a so tough schedule, so you play. Sometimes you play like three games a week. Yeah, so
Yeah,
with double weeks of EuroLeague plus ACB domestic league. Yeah, so you cannot go to the player, come to the player with a lot of information, because like he has to like to try to disconnect. Yeah, and you have to be very clear. And as it's your job as a coach. You have to reduce this information. Yeah, first of all, you have to study a lot of information, and from this a lot, yeah, you have to pick the right one you want to share with
exactly.
the player and come up with a short, yeah, clear answer, useful for him, yeah, which can be implemented during the game in offense or in defense. Yeah,
Exactly.
good, good.
No,
Yeah,
so
thank you, Javi. Thank you for the question, for the answer. Yeah, so we have a next one. From Nacho Calvo. Hello, Nacho. Um, he asks, can we see anything video player about the individual effort of one player? For example, number of times he goes for offensive rebound.
yeah, of course, it's really easy. We can go to the sorry. If we want to watch that,
I don't believe Schwer is a good example. Yeah,
yeah,
to show
that's
his
true.
offensive
That's true.
rebounds.
Maybe in 26 games there's no offensive rebound. That's what I'm saying. But if we want to choose a really great offensive rebounder, maybe we can go to Anthony Gill or Jeremy Evans, for example. Jeremy Evans.
Yeah, unfortunately, the guy is injured. Yeah, but yeah, I agree. Like he was,
Only with
he's a great offensive rebounder.
only when Kino is on the court, Jeremy Evans cannot play. You remember?
Yeah, yeah,
So we go directly. If we want to know how he gets the rebound, we go to the video summaries that I think is a really useful tool and spend me a lot of uh, hours,
skill.
but
Hmm.
also save me a lot of extra work. So maybe I can go here and
I think it's the first line offensive, the first column offensive rebounds. Yeah.
offensive rebounds, but I also like to watch the putbacks. You know,
Mm-hmm.
players rebound and also the putbacks, because also there's some players, especially in EuroLeague, that have this skill. You know, maybe in ACB it's not so usual, sorry, but so maybe here we have defensive rebounds and also the putbacks.
Yeah. So putback, yeah, can definitely describe his individual effort to get this rebound, to put his back, to use his body, Um,
For
so yeah.
example, if you know I don't know um, Brandon Davis, he's
Mm-hmm.
really good doing tippings, going like crazy one to defensive rebound. But what is his strengthness? The
Mm-hmm.
putbacks. You have to
Yeah.
control him. So we used to show some putbacks of um, Brandon David. But if we play, for example, against Felipe Reyes,
Mm-hmm.
he's better tipping. And like, I don't know if all of you guys are watching The Last Dance,
Yeah.
the,
Yeah.
like Dennis Rodman, right? Tipping, and finally catching the rebound. So there's a lot of technique in the offensive rebound. So from here we can see all the rebounds that he takes, or all the pullbacks, and try to understand how he does. Now he tried to push, swim, and a putback. No, or
Mm-hmm.
now we choose also EuroLeague and BTB. Here he catches it because he's taller. Now another one, for example, against Madrid. After the roll, he follows the roll and punishes the flat defense, no, with a putback. That's what I'm talking about. We have to know how he gets the rebound. Maybe this kind of information was in the report, no?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's easy enough. I think it is, but
Yeah. I think like it's more than enough, to answer this
the,
question.
the good thing of the video summaries is that you have the whole style of the game of the player in these panels, so you can choose everything that like you want. And for example, I
Yeah,
used
like you
to
said, if you want to check your feelings, you as as a coach, as a head coach, you have a feeling that this or that player is good in, I don't know, in offensive rebounds, in putbacks, in tip-ins, in pick and roll ball handler, or in handoff. So let's check it, and you just select this action, and then immediately, according to the number of selected games, you have a number of clips, according to this action. So this is pretty much easy, and as you said, it saves a lot of time. Yeah.
And also, Nikita, sorry, because
Hmm.
I got you. Answering the past question about synergy, here I can choose not only all, I can choose the made ones, the missed ones. So it's even easier to do my job.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
it's really powerful.
yeah. Okay, thank you, Javier. The next question is from Ander Isuskisa. He
Wander,
says, uh, thank you both, Javier. How much info do you provide to players in terms of video and data? Like, as far as I understood, like, is it balanced? I mean, maybe you focus mostly on video, and you provide, like, I don't know, 25% of paper information,
yeah.
or you focus on, like, on paper information, statistics, report, and then you show like some clips, like 3-5 clips of, let's say, like, this guy is good in catch and shoot, so you show like 3-5 clips, or I don't know, like, correct me if I'm wrong,
I
Ander.
will tell you some secrets that how it works. We made a roster of the team when we have the basic data, like for example here Jeremy Evans, the photo, the picture, sorry, the his age, his weight, his height,
Hmm.
position, and also a description. Like I said, the strengthness, the tendencies, some weakness, and we only work with box score. Why? Because we have some really I don't want to say old players, veteran players maybe,
Yeah.
They are not so familiar to the advanced stats or other kind of info. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
his culture is about the box score, so we try to adapt uh, to his culture to make a better understanding.
Yeah, you mean
But
it depends. This kind of information, like the balance between video and statistics, depends on your roster. Yeah, if you have like
exactly,
young players, yeah, so you provide them like this yeah, I don't know, more advanced statistics. Yeah, you show them more
yeah,
video.
maybe
Yeah.
with some young ones or maybe with all other players that are more interested in that kind of things. We can
Mm-hmm.
talk about the points per possession or maybe the EFG percentage or some index, but we take more attention in the video.
Mm-hmm.
The video for us is more important because we don't have too much time to talk with our players,
Mm-hmm.
especially to discuss the scouting, individual scouting. So we
Yeah.
try to show to show them all the information in video. So that's why it's really important how we pick the clips to create a great uh, scouting video to especially to say the same like you are writing. You have to watch in the scouting video. So
Mm-hmm.
this is the balance.
Yeah.
Uh, More in the video than in the numbers.
Yeah. Yeah. Understood. Understood.
For the players, the coaches is different. The coaches
Mm.
we take care a lot of the numbers.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Javi. So I think we're done. Like there aren't there isn't more questions here. I just the last message I can see from Omer Gurata, head coach assistant for Galatasaray. He appreciates Javi um, for the insights. Thank you, Omer, for joining us. He desires us to stay healthy, to stay safe, and we desire him the same.
Exactly, exactly. Thank you, coach. Stay safe, stay healthy, because nowadays this is the most important thing.
Yeah, yeah, correct. Good. So, um, yeah, as I mentioned, we don't have any questions more. So I just want to appreciate to say thank you, Javi. It was like our first webinar, and you were a real star, yeah, because you shared with us so many insights, secrets, so many useful information. It was like extremely interesting to speaking with you. All of us are from our big family of InStat. We wishing you the best to you as a coach, the best to your family. Yeah. So we stay in touch. If you need anything from InStat, you know that we always are on your side. And please do not hesitate to reach out to us. Yeah, to share with us your concerns about I mean how we can um, save you even more time. Maybe we can improve something. Yeah. So your opinion, your knowledge, your experience is extremely important for us. So thanks everybody. So I think we finish our webinar. Yeah. And on the next week we will have on the same time. Maybe it will be a different day. Maybe we do it on Thursday next week. Yeah, but uh, uh, we will meet you again next week. Thank you.